We've only got 70 days left to convert this van before taking it across Europe, and we haven't even finished stripping it out yet. We need to rip down the whole of the ceiling in the front and insulate it before we can start adding ply. So let's get a move on. The original plan was to leave the front of the van until after Europe, as we were running out of time and it felt easier to leave it for now. But the further that we got into the build, the more complicated it was making everything else. So we decided to just rip it all out, and thank God we did, because the second I pulled this panel off, I found a leak. Water was coming in through where the solar panel wires were going through the roof, and so suddenly it wasn't just cosmetic, this was a very good decision. I then tried to remove this small plastic strip and immediately gave up. The amount of sealant behind it was insane, fully a two-person job, so that one had to wait for Danny. Back to the ceiling, I took down the curtains, the bit over the cab storage, and I was genuinely terrified because the amount of spiders that I've seen in this area is crazy, and I was convinced that one was on me the entire time. Then the lights came down, the smoke detector, and I started prying out the plastic pop rivets. This whole process felt very nostalgic, but also like a massive step backwards. Pulling the panels off and seeing all that sealant again was giving me serious start of the conversion flashback. I kept having to turn around and remind myself that we are not back at day one. Danny got home from work and I was like, please help before I lose my mind, as I've been fighting with the roof for about 20 minutes now. He opens the door, leans on the roof panel, and it just falls down. Didn't get it on camera, obviously, but because that came down so easily, we decided to just keep going and pull the other panels off now too. Your face was These ones though, horrendous. I have no clue what sealant they used, but it is so strong and it took ages to pry it off. And we also accidentally ripped the window seal, and we're not sure if the window is loose now, so that was a fun discovery. I was mostly sat filming whilst Danny battled it with a hammer, because I genuinely thought I was about to get taken out either by the plastic or the hammer itself. But I did help with the electrics, scraping the sealant off, and moral support. My uncle came around to help too, which was ideal because I was emotionally done by this point. Don't get me wrong, the rest of the build I'm invested, but ripping sealant off, I'm so done with that. We also discovered some wet wood, which looked dramatic, but that one was actually our fault because we left the door open in the rain and flooded the van. But now that it's all off, I am so glad that we did it. The van is going to feel properly finished when we head to Europe. No ugly grey plastic, no hidden leaks, and nothing to finish later. And then my plan worked out even better than I expected. Danny and my uncle took the plastic strip off, and you can see just how much sealant was actually behind it. We still have an insane amount of sealant to remove though, so if anybody has any miracle tips, then please let us know. And next up, repeating the full installation process again.